the main driver for profit is income, and that comes into production, productivity per hectare, pack out and price. So you need to have a balance of all of the three, growing high volumes, high quality to meet the market returns that are available. Can't have just high volumes without the returns, can't have just the returns without the volume. And for upper quartile growers, they're targeting the market in terms of size and quality that's demanding, and they're growing to those targets, as well as having an awareness of their costs.
These are upper quartile orchards we're talking about. The OBA data suggested that as an overall business that's looking at a business that's got mixed age trees, some new stuff, lots of mature stuff, the number that keeps coming out is that you need to be sort of at least 50 tonne. We know that mature yields can do a lot more than that, but that seems to be a nice sustainable level for a mixed age orchard business. It's all about achieving a really good financial outcome. Is all about maximising that income line per hectare per kilogram. So it's all about optimising every block of trees that's on the orchard, whether it's mature or young. It's optimising every one. When they all come together, we're suggesting 50 tonnes is a really good target to have as a whole business. The OBA data shows the Class 1 pack out. It's been improving, which is a good sign. Currently, Sarah, I think it's sitting at about 70%.
70%, yeah.
70%. We know some growers can actually achieve better than that. They've got, some really high quality canopies. Nice, narrow, thin canopies where the fruit's all getting lots of light. We know that Class 1 packouts can be 80% plus. But if you were looking for a target and you wanted to benchmark yourself with what the rest of the industry is doing, make sure you're above 70% Class 1.
Yeah, well, firstly, if you don't know what your cost of production is, then you don't know what price you need to be getting to meet it. So understanding that to start with is really important. Numbers that we talked about today were $1.80 per gross kg and about $2.50 per Class 1 kg. That's for the model, so different growers will have different costs. And then being able to maximise what you can get from the market to then meet that and exceed that and help your business move forward.
The old wide space trees tend to be on old vigorous rootstocks. Those trees tend to want to produce a lot of wood, so that makes them less productive in terms of fruit producers. They've also become extremely expensive for labour to work. You can imagine a big old tree and the amount of ladder work that's required, the variability of the crop within it because you've got such a range of light environments. So there's a number of things that have transpired over time that make those older trees pretty difficult to actually make a profit out of. And you compare that now to the modern systems that are on dwarfing rootstocks, where the trees are much smaller, the canopies are much narrower, so the fruit quality is much more consistent, and it's a lot easier for labour to work. And we learnt today, labour, we all know this, labour is the biggest cost, whether you're talking about on orchard or actually in the pack house. Labour. So everything we can do to minimise the cost per kilo of labour is really important. It's very hard to do that on these big old trees.
Future-proofing your orchard, both in terms of variety and what the market might want, but also if that doesn't transpire. It's giving you a good base to start on, and then if you need to change the variety over, you can graft another variety on the top, and it gives you that higher base to start with again. It allows your cumulative yield to get up higher, increasing your productivity, and then following with that pack out and price that we talked about before.